Guess I play semi-pro, right? No, man, you worse. You Sunday league.
All right, hello and welcome to the Sunday League Podcast, your home for all things MLB and Fantasy Baseball. I'm your host, Thomas Helms. We got Cale in the middle, James and Casey cuddled up in the trailer. We're jumping into our top 15 outfielders with some sleepers this week. But first, Cale, how you doing this week?
He's loving life, it looks like.
Going great, man. So I got a little shout out to God, really. So, my dad got in the hospital. My dad had to go in the hospital, December 1st of last year, and you name it, he had it. Kidneys were shut down, liver shut down. They told us a couple times, yeah, he ain't going home. I said, listen here, get real close, okay?
Get real close.
One, you don't know my dad. They've been telling me he's dead since 2002. Two, you don't know my God. Okay,
Amen.
We're gonna walk out of this place. Now, granted, we might not have walked out. He was in a wheelchair, but got home. This past. Yeah, he was rolling deep, boy.
Daisy me roll.
But nah, after I think it was like 86 days in the hospital, he's back home. So praise God.
Awesome.
Also, I saved the dog. So yeah, suck it, Thomas.
Tell the story.
I can't say it again. I already said the HT last week.
Oh. Casey,
No,
James.
There's
sorry.
Yep. Shut up. There's my mom does all the time where instead of, because down south a real problem is like not neutering and spading your dogs. So, but up north apparently they're much better at it. Like they have clinics and stuff like that. So what they do is they get shelter dogs from down south and drive them all the way up to northern states. And so like yesterday I went from Greensboro to Durham, and it's just like little intricates. What's the word I'm trying to say?
Maybe that word.
Sure.
Words ain't my thing. I don't know.
It's little portions. Like instead of one person driving 11 hours, 11 people drive like 1 hour. So it's a cool thing.
Increments.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
College degree. But yeah, that was my week.
Nice. Case?
Take it away.
Play any softball this week?
Yep, we played softball. Not like James. I mean, I actually showed up to all the games instead of bailing out.
Nice.
I bailed out once.
For the
I've
third time
heard it
in
at
a row.
least 3 times. Yeah.
I've heard several.
Neither here nor there.
We're just lucky
call
you show
Tom
up to the
if I got to.
podcast this week.
Hey, I was here. I was ready to roll.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, nothing really happened this week. Played softball the usual, balled out, robbed a home run.
Shit, you didn't do that.
How dare you say nothing happened?
Yeah, that didn't hit a home run, but robbed a home run. I can never hit one. I can always take them away.
Yeah.
This
You went to Randall King concert.
pretty good. I got up there.
He did get up there. In case forget about it, it's gone. He's like, like, dang, bro, what are you doing? Just
real quick. This will be a 15-second story. Luke Robinson, catcher for Western Carolina. We're playing him in high school. Walk off. Our pitcher throws a curveball. Literally, this is his words. I threw a curveball, it didn't curve. He hits it. His walk-up song was "Say my name," and all you hear is, "Ooh." I mean, it goes probably over 500 feet, and poor Tyler Dabbs is running after it. Our center fielder. All I hear is, I can't say what he said. He said, "WTF are you running for?" And he's running in. We're all running in. Tyler's like running back to the fence. That thing went. Okay, so there's like 50 feet of grass, and then my mom was on the front row. She said, "Oh my gosh, I just went in my car." Nope. 7 rows deep. Ball's ball I've ever seen hit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Casey would robbed it.
So
He's got us like that.
That's all I did this week, really. And of course, work. But next week, looking forward. Yep. Saw Randall King. For any listeners out there, he exceeded my expectations. Saw him in a little saloon. Really, really cool.
City limit saloon.
But yeah, looking forward to at that same saloon next week, next Thursday. So I actually won't be there for softball.
Ah, shocker!
Wait, you won't be there March 7th?
This cat.
I am going. Next week is not March 7th, by the way.
Oh, they said next week.
Yeah, this coming week. I am going to go see at that same saloon midget wrestling.
I don't know if you can say that.
Casey's there.
Cut it out.
Wait.
I am not participating.
He's the guest.
I am not participating. I am going there to bet on other midgets.
Oh my gosh!
And no, I'm not a midget. Okay,
Are we gonna get canceled?
I'm just shorter. You know,
What
you
if
got
we
to
pull
be
you in the ring?
Can
you got to be 5'2" to be a midget. I passed that by like 4 inches. So, that's a man right there. Yeah, I'm up there. But yeah, looking forward to it.
I'm not saying what the other word is. You can't say that on Twitch. I know that.
I don't know how you can follow that.
So that's-
But
Dork.
normal week for me, same as Casey's. You know, same old softball work. Trying to plan a wedding for May. Me and Casey are going through the works of the bachelor party in Miami. It's gonna be off the hook.
Better be. I'm not showing up.
Jeez, no,
I'm the main event. I charge by the pound, baby.
Other than that, no, normal week. It's getting ready for baseball season. I already started watching baseball at work. I mean, that manager already knows.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I already, yeah. Can't wait for the season to start, fantasy to start. It's going to be good, baby.
Nice.
What about you, Thomas?
Pretty slow week. Nothing crazy. Had middle school tryouts this week. So
Did you make
Oh, you
it?
tried out for the team?
You
Yeah.
took
Yeah, I
it
made
right
it.
out of my mouth.
Joanna man. Try for the softball team.
that was pretty cool. Got rained out on Friday, so we didn't have Friday tryouts. But yeah, nothing crazy.
Any
Watching
studs?
college baseball. There's a few. There's a few little studs out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Any 6 foot, 250 pounders?
there's one that's a solid 5'11", but he's also probably a $120.
Yeah. It's always.
So
We'll grow into it.
We'll grow into
Projectability.
it.
I had a
Projectability,
beard
exactly,
in middle
yeah.
school.
he's got a cannon. So
Nolan
there's
Jones.
a few guys out there that look good, but yeah, nothing crazy. Watched a lot of college baseball this weekend. Shout out to the ECU Pirates taking down the Tar Heels. I'm
Sorry, Grandma.
also a Tar Heel fan, but I love
Yeah,
Coach
you're
Godwin at
everybody's
ECU. Okay. Coach Godwin at ECU is a Christian. That's why I like him. Yeah, that was probably the best series of the weekend across college baseball. So
Yeah.
Agree.
And shout out to Bird. What's his first name, Thomas?
Bird,
Third baseman.
Jake Bird.
Well, the one leg guy.
Oh, Parker Bird.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Clint
Cliff.
Summerlin. Clint Summerlin. He worked out with him when he was at ECU.
Nice. Thought you were talking about Cliff Godwin. But yeah, nothing crazy other than that.
Cliff Floyd.
Solid week.
Just hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heard that.
What are you doing? Just hanging
Well,
around.
with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on into our outfield projections for fantasy baseball. We're going to jump in with sleepers. So whoever wants to go in with their sleepers first. Cale, I think the confetti says you want to go first. So
Yeah, I want to hear Kale's first.
I'll pass the baton to you.
Yeah, no, mine. I got him last year. Picked him up. He had a good year last year, but I mean, I'm telling you, there was something wrong with this entire organization from top to bottom.
True.
Sorry. I think Jordan Walker is going to have a really good year this year.
Mm-hmm.
Huge guy, like short, compact swing. Strikes out a decent amount, but I think that'll come down, with more pitches seen and stuff like that, and a full swing training. Yeah, that's just my guy. I mean, I think he's not gonna steal you too many bags, but I mean, he could hit 30. He'd hit 30 bombs pretty easily.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're
And
not
defense
going off
doesn't count for
defense here.
fantasy.
Yeah, we're not going off defense. Nobody cares about stupid defense.
Did y'all see that ball he dropped? Was it yesterday or today?
Yeah.
That was rough.
Don't care.
Don't care. I like it. I like it.
Thank you. So I'm surprised
Who's
Casey
next?
likes it.
James?
All right, I'll take it away.
Take it away, Benny.
My big sleeper. I think he went undrafted last year.
Yep.
He's lost a ton of weight in the offseason. I have high hopes for this team. I think the Yankees do put it together this year. And my sleeper is Giancarlo Stanton.
Okay, Mike.
Not anymore. He changed to Giancarlo when he was on the Marlins.
I haven't watched baseball in 8 years.
But with Giancarlo, the reason why he's a huge sleeper for me is just because the injuries stand on the field. I don't know if it was the weight that he lost or it's the Yankees and just that team. But I think he puts it together this year, finds a way to stay on the field, even with him DHing more this year. I mean, still in Yahoo Fantasy, he's still considered an outfielder, so you can still put him in the outfield slot.
Yeah.
But I think
Probably
with him DHing more, he's going to have more pop and just less injury prone with him being on the field. So like I said, I think he goes undrafted. I don't think anyone's going to be grabbing in your league, maybe late 20s. But I think Stanton has a breakout year to where he would be a huge sleeper steal late in the draft.
I think the big difference this year is because last year they had, no offense to him, he had a good couple of weeks with the Orioles, but Aaron Hicks was their quote unquote depth.
Yeah.
This year they got Grisham. They got I don't think there's any chance he's going to play outfield.
Yeah,
He's going to be strictly DH, so he's going to be off the field, off his feet, and I think it's more flexibility because when you have that much muscle, it's hard to be flexible.
It's hard to move, dude.
So, and there's John Daly said it best: you can't pull fat. So, and there's no fat on him, but there's less muscle.
Yeah,
Not one
true.
ounce.
No,
Vogelbach didn't get hurt last year.
True.
That's a good pick. I like it.
I like it as well.
I think that whole organization is going to have a bounce back year, obviously. I think everybody's kind of been waiting for them to break out, and then I think everybody can agree this might be the year for them.
Yeah.
I agree. Still don't think they win the division, but
No, I think they're going to get second.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think they have the pitching for it. I would say
They can put it together.
If they can stay healthy,
They got the names.
because I think Rodon's going to have a. Now, I'm not saying he's going to win Cy Young, but heck, shoot, if he pitches 150 innings this year, that's going to be a bounce back season.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he'll go back to Giants, Rodon.
We'll see.
That could be huge.
Anyways, my sleeper, I'll jump in. I'm going with a guy on one of the most exciting young teams in baseball. From the Cincinnati Reds, TJ Friedl.
Mm.
I like Friedl just because he's got multiple skills that he's pretty good at it. Last year in 138 games, hit 280, 18 home runs, 66 RBIs, and 27 stolen bases.
Oh, wow.
So spanning that over full 162, he's probably nabbing around 38, 40 bags. So
yeah.
I like Friedl. He gets on base, doesn't strike out a ton. Yeah, that's my pick.
I like it. That whole Reds team,
Now,
they're
young.
From our side, obviously, we're NL East fans, AL East fans. Thomas both, obviously.
Double duty.
Loser.
So we don't really get to see a whole lot of the Reds, obviously, and I mean they've kind of been a back seat to a lot of the teams the past few years. Then they had the breakout year this past year with a lot of young guys, but yeah, that whole team, I feel like they're made up of a lot of guys, of similar guys, I should say. And to your point, Thomas, I think it's a fun team to watch, and yeah, I mean that ballpark is great for hitters for sure. Yeah. So anybody that you get. Anybody that you get there is going to be pretty good. So,
yeah, they got about 7 shortstops playing.
I think I watched the Reds more than anybody last year because it's stupid blackouts.
That's fair.
Screw you, Manfred.
Man, fraud.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right, well, who you got?
So to round it out, I am taking a guy that has not seen a pitch in the MLB. My sleeper is Wyatt Langford. I say that because I think just the team that he's been drafted with, obviously the Texas Rangers, they really could use a center fielder. I don't know if he breaks camp. I would not be surprised if he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets sent down for a couple months or something, But I mean, I think he's a 5-tool guy. He is a absolute stud, hits the ball hard, and just in his first minor league season, he made it all the way up to AAA, starting from rookie ball. In this full season, he batted .360 with 10 home runs across all levels, 30 RBIs. But in his 3 seasons at college, he hit 47 home runs in 134 games. Obviously, that's, give or take, just
still
a little bit
SEC
under.
ball.
Yeah, SEC ball.
That's at least single A.
Yeah, at least for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's hit over 300 at every single level that he's played at, whether it be college, whether it be in the minors, whatever. In college, he really wasn't a base stealer, but in the minors this year, within high A and double A, he had 15 bags at high A and 10 bags at double A. So could be a little sneaky speed right there. And with
Could
that,
be the bases helping
lineup,
out.
I was surprised they stuck with Jankowski and didn't bring him up in the World Series last year after those guys.
Yeah. Well, Jankowski, he did pretty good. He came
a vet,
in.
Yeah,
for sure. But I could definitely see him manning center field this year. I think he still has the legs under him to play center field. Maybe later in his career, they might move him to the corners and stuff. But with that team around him, they're really looking just for a center fielder. I mean, I think that is like the little one downside to that whole team, if there is one.
You don't think they put Evan Carter? He's lighter and less workload.
They might put him there. But I mean, they might. I don't know.
This is just a conversation.
No.
I'm with you. I think Wyatt Langford, at least for the next 5 years, sticks in center field.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I think he's more comfortable there too.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Evan Carter, he's a little bit younger. Isn't that?
Yeah,
he's like 2 or 3 years younger.
Yeah, a little bit younger. Obviously, keep him in the corners and stuff, and as he matures, maybe get him out in center field. But yeah, Wyatt Langford, I think he breaks camp. I expect some really high things. So
I said this before on this podcast. I know I'm going to get hate for it. I think center field is one of the easiest positions in the game.
It absolutely is. Center field is the easiest position on the baseball field.
Again, could I play it? Not a day in my life have I could have ever played center field.
James, if that's the case, how come in softball you say, "Oh no, I don't want to play left field"? You play left field. I want to play center field.
They hit too hard.
I play left center. That's where they hit it more. That's where I like to play.
Do they? I don't know about that.
Okay, all you gotta do in center field.
They hit to the left side.
I'm just saying.
All you gotta do in center field is back somebody up, or you don't have any. You
gotta read balls.
Byron Buxton's
and it's the easiest position to
chance. Second 100%. Base.
From the outfield, it's the easiest position to read balls.
Oh, you're straight up. But it's not the easiest position to play.
On the field, yeah.
On the field,
what's easier?
Maybe first base.
Okay, it depends on your infield.
Maybe first base.
Fair.
Depends on your infield.
Third base is tough. Shortstop is on the tough side.
That one. Catcher's the hardest by far.
Catcher, they do a lot. Second base.
You still have to turn double plays.
Yeah, second base
all
is
this
tough.
stuff.
Turned out.
Okay, and in center field, all you have to do is stand underneath the ball.
Dude, you're hauling.
I'm saying.
If it's a gaffer,
if you're an athlete, it's the easiest position.
Anybody can play center field.
Yeah, but not everyone's an athlete.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if you're physically gifted, okay, I'll say that. It's kind of like the whole NBA. If you're physically gifted, you can be a go center fielder.
Yeah.
Right field, you got to worry about the foul lines. You got to worry about running into walls. Center field, you kind of got to worry about glancing. Of course, Byron Buxton gets.
You got to lead the outfield. You got to help out left field and right field.
Wall. You got room. Judge broke his toe again.
Center field, I'm with you, Cale. I played center field growing up and stuff, and it's by far the easiest position on the field.
Again, I'm not saying I could play it. I'm just saying if you're physically gifted.
I guess.
What's hard about it? Running far?
Track balls, running.
And it's the easiest position to track a ball at.
You know what? Let's go to this. Cody Bellinger, he started having injury prone. Guess what they did? Took him off first base, put him in center field.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about getting hit on first base. You got to worry about getting hit. That's why I dropped my shoulder.
Who? The runners.
If somebody's running, if you're infield, I've had dealt with this too many times. You're shortstop. You throw that. Your shortstop throws that ball down the line. You got to stand your ground.
Oh man! You got Casey Moore running down the base path at you.
Right in the balls.
I guess if you're fast and athletic, I can see if center field could be easy for you.
Jazz Chisholm, they moved Jazz Chisholm because he couldn't play second base.
Yeah, but I guess it's based on athletic ability.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the most athletic person on the field is the center fielder.
Shortstop.
Shortstop.
Oh, not a chance.
Shortstop.
He's not running
All
everywhere.
around is harder than
depends on.
outfield.
I view an athlete as you can do anything. You don't have to be. You don't necessarily have to be the fastest on the team to be athletic.
Okay, but you gotta have a good arm. Center fielders have a good arm.
Mike Trout
No.
didn't have a good arm.
Yeah. No. The outfield, it goes best speed in center field. Best
Of course, that's just
best
the outfield.
ability to track a ball is left field. Best arm
Best
is in
arm,
right
right
field.
field.
Right field.
Oh no, the right fielder can just hit.
He has the
And
strongest
throw.
arm. Yeah. Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz screaming
Vladdy G.
World Series.
Vladdy G. Yeah. Ron Acuna.
Jesus Sanchez.
Well,
Easy. But yeah, I like it. Good take, Cale. I'm on your side, bud.
Interesting little
hey,
discussion.
we're the biggest and the smallest of the group, so we're basically the smartest.
I can't believe you'd say that when you've played center field your whole life.
Exactly, James. You played center field.
That's what I mean.
You are literally a golden retriever. Go see ball, get ball.
Maybe that I don't know. Maybe that's why, because I have a different opinion on it. So I played it.
Yeah, it's like first base. I think it could be one of the hardest positions. I think it could be one of the easiest positions. There's range.
I can see that. Maybe I can see your point because off of athleticism, if you're not as athletic or
Yeah, no.
Can
Like
read a
Aaron Judge
ball.
shouldn't be playing center field, but he can play center field in Yankee Stadium because it's a small field. Like he's not going to play center field in San
Of
Francisco
course.
yeah,
or Coors. Yeah,
Some
I see
judge.
your point.
Yeah.
I'm still taking center field as a better athlete than shortstop though.
No.
No.
100%.
Shortstop's gonna have better hands.
if he was a better athlete, he'd be a shortstop.
There's a reason why guys that don't succeed in the infield go to the outfield, especially
Adam
center field.
Jones.
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones was an infielder.
PJ Upton.
Mookie
BJ
Betts.
was-
Trey Turner.
Trey
Moved
Turner.
back, but
I would say he's
He needs to be moved back.
He should be center field.
anyways,
Good
jumping in.
discussion. I like it.
Good discussion. Good discussion, gentlemen. Let's
Nailed that
talk
one.
about our top 15
do it.
outfielders.
This was the worst night of my life.
yeah.
I'm gonna
This
start
is
us
Making
off.
this list.
there.
I'm gonna
There
start
is.
us off.
Go for it.
There's some controversy.
There's no.
I'm gonna start us
Some.
off a little bit. We have
And I thought you were talking about number one.
no.
Oh, in the
number
list,
one.
100%.
We're going
This list
15
is
down.
trash.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
15.
do it. Number 15 for fantasy, Nolan Jones.
Trash.
In 106
It's your own
games
podcast.
last year.
Me, Brian Reynolds.
Last year, 106 games, my man hit 20 home runs, 22 doubles, 4 triples, stole 20 bags.
I had to listen to 2000's Mercy Me because of this conversation.
Hey, don't act like that's a bad thing.
No, that's the greatest part of my night.
Oh, and not to mention, he also hit 297.
Not to mention he throws 106 from outfield, but that doesn't matter.
Defense.
That's
points,
why he's
baby.
in right field, James.
Center field is better athlete than shortstop.
Next.
Mike Trout.
That's not.
Anyways,
My
so
list.
at 14, what we have is Luis Robert. Obviously, he finally had his breakout year last year. He finally was healthy, and a lot of these guys that you'll probably see on this list hinges on health. Obviously, I think Thomas made a great point, not in this podcast, but in our text messages. Healthiness is the greatest attribute, right?
Availability is
is the best ability.
someone's best ability.
Well, basically what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Verbatim.
same, but different.
Yeah, it was my translation of it.
Is that racist?
Right.
Anyways, so yeah, Luis
you got
Robert.
KJV.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said,
Why don't we?
breakout year, finally an all-star. But obviously injuries is the biggest thing for him. I mean, he gets injured in the home run derby last year.
Sorry.
Cuban Mike Trout.
So anyways, batted 264, 20 bags, 38 home runs. You know, the offense with the White Sox, that whole team, you know, is going to be a darkness, you know, obviously, but
But he's 418. I'm not laughing.
I am.
But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Just because of his health, that's why we have him so low.
He could be top 3 if he's completely healthy.
He could be a lot higher,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
granted, because of his injury history, that's why we have to put him at 14.
Yep.
So, James,
Okay,
take 13. What we got?
Oh, 13. You know, I'm going to lay this out there. I was going to do it after. I'm going to say it now.
Oh, God.
Kyle Schwarber will finish as a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy points.
Wide receiver.
Why say wide receiver?
Wide receiver, yeah. He's a tight end.
Top 10 outfielder.
That's how much you know about fantasy.
Yeah.
A top 10. I've won the last 3 years. Top 10 outfielder in fantasy this year. We left him out of the top 15. Beside the point. Number 13, we got the World Series champ right fielder.
World Series.
Adolis champ.
English is hard.
Adolis Garcia.
He is serious business.
Yeah. He seriously got hurt in the World Series. They didn't know there.
Adolis serious competitor, man.
Yeah. He's seriously scary.
Seriously.
Adolis Garcia, number 13.
Stop yelling, my lord.
Sorry.
Wake up, people.
I'm just angry.
All right, number 12.
Adolis Garcia, because of his home run pop, just find his way to get on base. Not a lot of, he does strike out a few, but the dude's putting up 45 to 50 home runs.
Yeah.
The dude's
Only
going to
hit
have
245.
a lot. Huh?
Only hit 245 last year.
Yeah, batting average.
I said home runs.
Okay, I'm just saying.
We're just
I'm saying
adding.
that's why he's lower.
Yeah.
I guess so. But from a fantasy perspective, home runs are like 8 points. So, yeah, our power hitter is going to be a little higher. But, again, the strikeouts and double plays back him up a bit. But with the Rangers, just that lineup with his power, he's going to get you points. He's going to be maybe not – he could be top 10. But if he has the year he had last year, he will be top 10. But we had him at 13 just because we got a lot of outfielders.
Yeah.
But Adolis, number 13.
Solid.
Yep. Number 12. He's back, baby. Belly bombs.
Belly
Just signed a
bombs.
3-year, $80 million. I think that's a steal. I think you got it.
26 mil. But
yeah, I think you could have got more. But
Definitely got more.
Speed doesn't. He's low key one of the fastest players in the league down first baseline. As far as his times goes, and he can play. He played first base. He can play outfield. He can still. He's not. How many stolen bags did he have last year?
20.
Yeah.
So that's. And he can hit 35 home runs pretty easily.
And he was injured for a bit last year.
So, I said, I just think the whole vibes of that Chicago Cubs team is going to be good this year.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a lot of RBI opportunities, I think. Guys on base in front of him. It's going to have a good year.
I like it.
Yeah. All right.
26 mil, not too bad.
Casey.
Next, who we have
Huge me guy.
He likes this guy.
is the GOAT, Randy Rosarina.
Randy Rosarina.
Obviously had a great first 3 months of the season. And then I traded for him, and then it all went to dog water. Specifically, a lot of people are saying it was because of him entering the home run derby. Yes, maybe so. We've seen that before.
Huge me guy.
Just a lot, been hearing a lot of interviews, and he was saying, he just kind of got wore out. He got exhausted the second half of the season. He came into camp, they say, looking better than ever. He gained 15 pounds of muscle. He is looking bigger than ever. He's looking
that Yandy Diaz treatment.
Yeah.
He definitely
honestly, he's gonna get you your 22 stolen bases. That's what he got last year. But he got caught stealing 10 times, and he's led the league twice the previous 2 years in caught stolen bases. And obviously in our league,
sometimes good, sometimes.
And honestly, in our league, that is a negative point. So you can give and take, that kind of thing. But he's been a consistent 2020 guy. His first 3 full seasons. Obviously, you can probably expect a little bit more. Maybe not. Just around the same. If he can continue it throughout the rest of the season, he can easily go
30-30. He can get you 20, but he's going to get you 20-20.
Yeah, for sure. Batting average, hovers around 250, 270. We'll see. I think he probably goes around like 268 this year. That's my call for it. But yeah, RBI is obviously not a huge part just because of that whole offense.
Yeah,
the Rays offense just is kind of a non-existent.
Kevin Cash.
So yeah, I think he's a solid play.
All right.
Nice.
This kills me because he should be higher. But
Not a chance.
we had to put him in the top 10 because he's still
Absolutely.
the GOAT. Michael, insert middle name here, Trout. I think he's gonna listen. I won't say the Angels are gonna win the division. I won't say that. I won't go off on that limb.
Easy.
But dadgum, if I don't believe in Ron Washington, that man had Anthony Rendon out there working before games. You know, I mean, that's got to be the hardest thing in sports. So
Kept him a priority.
yeah, I think the whole team. I think Mike Trout. Now that not that now Ohtani's gone, but I mean, you know, I think he's gonna have a baller year.
It's kind of his team again.
Yeah, he's not gonna steal. I don't think they're gonna let him steal more than 15 bags. And that's just gonna be like, I mean, he can still do 40, but I think he's gonna have 40 plus home runs, 100 RBIs. I like the Angels. I do. I've liked them every year except for the pitching.
Mm-hmm.
But Ron Washington's the best, and I don't think Rays are gonna make playoffs without him. I don't believe that, but that's my heart.
Yeah. Again, just like Robert, you know, injury is the downside.
It's a downside.
2019 was his last time eclipsing 130 games. Yeah, 120 games at that too. You know, ever since 2020. I mean, 2020 obviously they played 60 games, so he almost missed. He almost played every single game.
He missed 7.
He missed 7 exactly. But yeah, especially the past 3 years. 2022 he did play 119 and he had 40 home runs. So even if he plays only 120, 125, you know, he could still be a great production. You know,
40 nukes and
40 nukes in 119 games.
That's one every
still
3
batting
games.
283. Obviously, his strikeout numbers have bumped up. I think he's changed his swing, obviously, over the past few years. Definitely going for more of the home run type guy rather than put the ball in play and kind of beat things out. So,
it's easy to jog.
But you also got to take into account the offense he's playing in. Because even in that year in 2022, when he hit 40 bombs, he only had 80 RBIs.
Yeah.
So it does kind of pull him down a little bit. And also, he doesn't steal bags anymore. Like, since 2020, he has stolen 6 bags.
Yeah.
In 4 years. Total. So that kind of just puts him into a one category guy. I agree. If he plays 162, he's the best player in baseball. But he hasn't played more than 150 since 2016.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That's not going to happen.
120 of Mike Trout is better than 150 of most people on the planet.
That's fair.
Yeah, but if he's hurt when it's fantasy playoff time, kind of screws you.
That's
a good point.
That's the manager's fault.
Tell us about it, Casey. You had him last year.
Yeah.
How'd your playoffs turn out?
Who'd you play?
What is this? Me.
Who's next?
I'll take him. Number 9.
Take it away, Penny.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Should be 8.
Should be 8. Could be 8. It's debatable. This was probably our most
good.
Other than 15, who made the last cut, this was probably our most debated. 2 spots is 8 and 9. But Fernando Tatis, I mean, he's, had a couple years that have just been weird off seasons.
Steroids.
If you look back at 2021, my man hit 42 bombs and stole 25 bags.
Broke his leg on a motorcycle they weren't supposed to be riding.
If he stays healthy, 1, doesn't do steroids, 2,
weird things,
he could be fully back to that form. I believe in Tatis this year.
Yeah.
Last year, still hit 25 bombs, stole 29 bags, had 78 RBIs on a very bad offense in San Diego. Played 140 games, so decent health numbers from him last year. And mainly, I'm pretty sure all the games he missed were from the suspension. Is that right?
Yeah,
for the most part.
Should have been.
So getting 100, getting.
I mean, we act
141
like
games.
The Padres aren't
bombs.
still a good team, though. I mean, they still got
Yeah,
Machado. They still got Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah.
Right. I just think
Also,
last year there was just something.
Oh yeah, last year.
Machado.
Something wrong with him last year. Maybe it was Tatis, or maybe it was Soto.
Anyways,
I think that whole clubhouse was just a cancer to everybody. I think
a lot of
Mike
B
Shirt's
guys.
definitely the answer. That's for sure. He did so good with Cardinals.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't like that guy. Somebody's face.
I think maybe it was Soto, though, because he came in off of one of the highest of highs, being the best, quote-unquote, best player in baseball, comes in thinking he's his stuff, and just because, the end of 2022, let's not forget, for Padres was not great. So maybe he was a problem.
I think that was, well, if anything, if it wasn't just Soto, it was a lot of me personalities in there with Machado, Tatis, Soto.
Yeah.
You got a lot of big guys that are saying, I'm the guy. They're just trying to top it all, and it could have just crumbled right from the top.
Now Soto's got Aaron Judge, and if he gets out of line, he's going to throw him like a javelin.
Well, I think a lot of it was also like Tatis and Soto are so young, like they're still learning. Yeah. But I think we saw a bits and pieces of Machado kind of looking back, because Machado came up and was that same player. He was the young superstar.
Douchebag,
But Machado's kind of taken that leadership role and like holding dudes accountable. Like you remember the whole altercation between him and Tatis in the dugout. Like,
I loved it.
Don't focus on this. You go play baseball.
Yeah.
Like I think that kind of thing is
needed.
Big for Machado looking at early in his career to now. So
yeah, I agree.
That's our number 9.
I'll go next because he's my guy.
Yeah, Cale, please have some background on this.
Should be top 5.
No! Oh my God!
Cale, you had him at 9 on your list.
Michael Harris is a dog.
No,
is an absolute dog. If you want to be a switch hitter, he can be a switch hitter. We're not even talking about defense. We're talking about and listen, he might bat 9th.
He will bat 9th.
But he's still gonna Braves 9-hole is better than. I'll go with 3/8. I won't go with half. I'll go with 3/8 of the league's 3 or 4-hole hitter. Okay, you know what? 5-hole hitter. Sorry, sue me. He's gonna hit, like I said this last year, but he got hurt. And listen, as someone, I've got stenosis of the spine. Back problems are the worst thing you can have, especially in baseball with the rotational, like everything like that. He's gonna hit 30 home runs this year. He's gonna steal 20-ish bags. Or he could go 30-30. I mean, I've never seen anybody more unlucky. He hits the ball maybe harder than about anybody. But they just go right to somebody. He hits line drives, and I think if he just changes like a couple, I hate launch angle, but like if he hits a couple more just nukes, he's gonna hit 30 bombs easy.
Right.
He's our number 8, and he deserves to be there.
Yep, I agree. I was the guy that was right there with you, Cale, of saying he needed to be higher than Tatis. Mm-hmm. I think a lineup really plays into fantasy perspectives. You want to go for the hotter lineup. Braves is a hotter lineup than the Padres. Plain and simple. To your point, I mean, the guy, he batted 297, 293. I think he was batting like below 220.
Oh, he was batting way below 220.
Yeah, like 100.
Yeah, by like middle season, middle
like
of the
187.
Season. Yeah,
real quick.
He turned it around. His second half was just unbelievable. And so, I mean, when you look at him, just like Julio Rodriguez, had a horrible first half, but then it really picked up the second half.
Yeah.
And both of those guys have really good seasons from day one. I mean, we're talking guys that could be front runners for the MVPs in both leagues. But yeah, I'm with you there, Cale. I like it.
What's the stat with expected batting average or whatever? Is it WOBA?
XBA.
XBA.
Okay, what the heck is WOBA?
WOBA is weighted on base average or something. I don't even know.
I'm not a nerd, so I don't know this crap.
I don't know. I mean, last year, they both had the same amount of hits, both had the same amount of doubles. Fernando had them in RBIs, home runs, stolen bases, which are points in fantasy. The only things that Michael Harris had on him were OBP, slug, things that aren't points in fantasy.
Yeah, slug doesn't help.
Well,
Just means you
okay.
hit doubles, triples, and nukes.
They had the same amount of doubles.
Yeah, we
Tatis
just said
had
they
more
had
home
more.
runs.
But
Projectability.
Michael
That's
Jarrett.
why it's
Harris had
called
better.
projections. Because we're
Right, but if you
projecting
look-
Michael Harris
Right.
to be higher.
Just know that we look back to this at the All-Star break. Me and Thomas had Michael Harris. Well, I had
Okay.
Michael Harris at like 30, but
Okay, so his expected batting average last year was 304. Expected WOBA was 357. Expected slugging was 490. Average exit below 91. It's a dog.
Kale, guess what? Next, James, who's next?
Hard hit, 50%. Sweet spot? Yeah, never mind.
James.
number 7.
Thank you.
Walks trash.
We have an absolute unit of a man.
Yeah.
Fairly.
Alvarez's father, Yordan Alvarez.
Alvarez's father?
When he hit off the batter's eye?
It's called Alvarado.
Alvarado?
Oh, whatever. I'm thinking of Alvarado. Beside the point. But number 7, words are hard. We have
Names.
Yordan Alvarez. He may have an injury issue. That's why he's a
He screwed me
tad
last
low on
year.
the list.
He screwed me last year.
Well,
Your whole team's
yeah,
shitty.
well,
No.
you just went on the entire
Just
roster on that
just Max Fried and Jordan.
Good.
point. Okay,
You said just Max Fried?
And Jordan.
but Yordan
Michael
will
Harris.
give you the power that puts the ball in He's gonna be the guy in that lineup. He's gonna be. If he's not in the lineup, the Astros are a different team, basically. To him in the lineup makes the Astros a full compact team. To where, yes, he's gonna need to stay on the field to be top 5. That's why he's sitting at 7, because he's not as versatile, but he can put the ball in the second deck whenever he hits the barrel. So, Yordan at 7.
I like it.
He hits for average. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Batting 293 last year. 306 clip the year before, batted with 135 games. And then the year
He's
before
arguably
that,
best hitter of
277
the
and
league.
144
The
games.
dude's hitting 30 to 30.
And he's averaging about like 34 home runs a season with 100 RBIs.
Yeah, he's an animal.
He's a great guy to have at your number 2 outfield slot.
Mhm.
I would say number 2, especially if you get one of the top guys to have him as your secondary.
You go
would
back
be-
to back.
Would be crazy to have.
Even if him as a number 1, I think that's
I mean, he's a good number 1.
Yeah.
Could be a great number 1, but
Yeah.
a dang good number 2.
yeah.
He's a number 2 in my book, but
All right.
I just don't see him making out of the first round.
Oh, second maybe.
he's second,
Yeah.
maybe third in my
Ooh,
book.
I say second.
Late second round.
He goes 10th pick latest.
No,
I say 10 to 15.
you can have him. Have him.
Yeah, pick
Go
him
ahead.
10.
15.
I'm not.
Have him. Get
Pick him
60
10.
games out of him.
I'm not
Pick
saying
him
I'm picking
10.
him, but I'm just saying. Anyways, you said second outfield. I was like,
Yeah, he's
no
long.
shot. Unless you have the last pick wrap around and you can get 2 of them, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on who you grab at first.
2
You could grab.
Anyways, and also depends on the depth of your league. We're in an 8-man. If you're in a 15-man, good lord. God bless
Pick him
you.
first.
All right.
Pick
Number
him
6. Since
All
I
right.
had this guy too last year,
6, who you got?
Corbin Carroll. Fantasy beast. He's going to steal 40 bags if he stays healthy. He can hit you 30 home runs.
Yep.
He's going to, I mean, like I said, speed doesn't slump, man. So
That's a good point.
he can lay a couple bunts down if he wants to.
Mhm.
Why not?
I think he led the league or was tied for the league with triples, maybe with Witt last year. Had
both
10 of
of
them.
them. Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's pretty easy. So
5.
Thomas, number 5.
Number 5.
Juan Soto. I think Soto's going to have a great year in Yankee Stadium. I think
like it.
even just from what I've seen of his swings in spring training, he looks like locked in already.
Very
So-
nice.
Last year he had a pretty decent year, hit 35 home runs, 190 RBIs, 109 RBIs, not 90, sorry.
Dear Lord.
He also doesn't strike out a ton. We know Juan Soto also gets on base a ton. So I like Soto at 5. I had him a little higher, but, had a little argument. Doesn't matter. He also played 162 games last year, which is also a big plus. So
yeah, because he jogs in the outfield. He's basically a DH.
Pretty much, but
he's one dimensional when it comes to fantasy.
That is true. It doesn't really steal bags.
Unless you, unless I mean,
what are we calling one dimensional?
Point for we do we do give a
one
point
dimensional is Kyle Schwarber. He's gonna hit you 50 home runs.
Okay.
He's gonna strike out 200 times. What are we talking about?
I should say he is a one threat player when it comes to fantasy
in real baseball.
Well,
rather than fantasy,
rather than a dual threat where you see guys like Bobby Witt who has the power, average, and then it can also get your stolen bases.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, that was my point. Not
still
saying
12
that
bags last year, but
not bad.
That's all right.
Yeah,
tied his career high.
Yeah,
he gets on base.
He always leads the league in walks. Last year he had 132 walks, led the league. Obviously, just what happened?
How many Ks did he have?
129. So he walked more than he had
last year.
Yeah, he had
for him.
A lot more walks, or not a lot more. He had more walks than he had Ks. And then obviously just being on base for the rest of that lineup, is going to get you points. Obviously, with their runs and stuff. So.
Was also the highest strikeouts he's had since 2019.
Yeah.
Yep. But another thing, though, why do we like him? Don't make me point at Pete.
He gets on
base. So I got Juan Soto at 5.
Yeah, I like it. Okay,
Casey, you take this one.
He's fanatic over here.
Number 4, my favorite player in the league nowadays.
Dog. Ugly swing. Disgusting swing.
He's got an ugly swing, but he hit the farthest ball I've ever seen hit in my life in high school.
And winked at you, didn't he?
What happened?
Did he wink at you around second base?
Yeah. He winked at me around second base.
Daddy
Anyway, so without any further ado, this guy is Kyle Tucker. He is, to me, the model of consistency year after year. He can easily go 30-30. If I think he has 40 power in him. I think he has 40 steals in him as well. I think he could easily go 40-40. He is another guy that likes to stay on the field. I mean, 157 games last year, 150 the year before. Again, batting average is still really good as well, at 284. And he's going into his prime years. He just going into year 27. I mean, that offense, he averages around 100 RBIs as well. So strikeouts is, again, not too huge on him either. He hasn't even ever eclipsed 100 strikeouts in the season. He's just a model of consistency. He's a guy that you can really count on to be that dual threat without being like solely known for just stolen bases like Corbin Carroll. He is the model of he can really do both. Yeah,
like it.
Yep.
Number 3.
So are we top 3 now?
Yep.
We are top 3. We made it.
Lord knows we needed it.
All right, who's taking 3? I'm taking 1.
I'll take 3. I'll take 3. Give me a sec.
Y'all can have
the statistics. Number 3.
I'm gone.
We'll preface this a little bit because we did the same thing in the shortstop video or in the shortstop rankings. We got Julio Rodriguez at 3. Julio Rodriguez, one of the best young players in the game, has one of the higher ceilings in the game.
Yeah.
Could easily do exactly what Ronald Acuna did last year, but does slump a good bit here and there. But 32 home runs with 37 stolen bases last year. Hit 275, drove in 103. He's a good young player. Played 155 games, so he's on the field.
Loves the game.
Got a great smile. I mean, he's in the T-Mobile commercials. What more could you want? Got his YouTube channel running. So,
basically Trevor Bauer, huh?
Number 3, we got Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah. I think he could easily be number 2. just because of his versatility with the stolen bases and home runs. Depending on what you like, number two might be a better fit for you. Or Julio might be a better fit for you, but can't go wrong. With these top three, I mean, obviously, I think number one obviously stands out, but 2 and 3 can definitely be interchangeable on kind of what you're targeting, how you like to manage your lineups and stuff. So, with that said, Cale, you want to take number 2?
Sure. We're both units. Sure. We're both units of men. This guy's a 6'7" monster. Granted, I have 87% body fat, and he's got about 12, but neither here nor there.
Same.
Aaron Judge, even though he said that his toe is going to affect his career, we'll leave it at that. This dude can sneeze on a ball, and it's going to go over right center field. I mean, and I think it's one of the more impressive things in baseball.
Yeah.
Of his consistency with his swing.
Yeah.
To be that big and consistently repeat motions is so impressive. You see all the time pitchers, they're like, "Oh, it's hard." Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't want to put him at 2 because of that exactly. But it works for it. I mean, allegedly it works for him. We haven't seen any interviews with him confirming, but Aaron Judge is number 2.
Yeah,
he can. I mean, I feel like we've said easily a lot. He can easily hit you 40 home runs.
Oh, yeah,
he can miss. Yeah. And he's actually pretty fast. How many stolen bases did he have last year?
3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because it's broken. That's because it's broken toe.
He had 16 the year before.
Okay, there we go.
That's true.
I was going to say around 15.
That was his MVP year.
But that was because of broken toe. He literally broke Dodger Stadium's wall. But no, I mean, like I said, a couple of us had Julio Rodriguez too, because of the durability and because Aaron Judge does have some durability issues sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, 70% of Judge, and people give crap for playing in Yankee, saying it's a little league ball field. You still got to make contact, and it's still 300 feet, even though it's a little bit under. But yeah, Casey couldn't hit a home run out of left center field.
Left center now, because it's 400 feet. Now down the line maybe.
Yeah, if the wind's blowing right. But
I'll probably go off the taco before I hit one down the line.
Aaron Judge is number 2.
Aaron Judge may hit 50 home runs this year.
Yeah,
I mean he played 106 games last year and hit 37.
Yeah.
So to your point, him hitting 440 is so easy for him.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's hard.
I agree. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
No surprise.
Why do you announce it like a wrestling announcer?
I don't know.
It's Sunday.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. The man that won me the league last year by himself, Ronald Acuna Jr., Cale's number 1 fan.
He loves me.
Let's just go through what he did last year.
Don't care.
217 hits, 150 runs scored, 35 doubles, 41 nukes, 106 ribbies, 73 bags. Granted, he got caught 14 times, but if you're...
And he led the league.
Yeah, he led the league at 14 times. But if you're stealing 73, you're a dog. Keep the base. He only struck out 84 times, which is nuts. OBP was 416. He hit 337 for the year.
What more could you ask?
Exactly. What more could you want?
A little more humility, a little more teamwork.
A little more leadership.
A lot more leadership.
The guy puts it out on the field every day.
Yeah.
And he showed you that he is the best in baseball.
Played 159 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude's going 1-1. If he's not going 1-1 in your league, collect the change and run. Because let us know and I'll join.
Please don't do that. You'll send him back within the week.
You'll regret it immediately. Once he starts sending you trade offers, you'll regret it.
I don't want to hear it from you, buddy.
Yeah, they're there.
I don't want to hear it.
They are
I
there.
send the good trades. He sends Ronald Acuna for Cole Reagans.
Who me?
Yeah. You want the best players for your backups.
I had Acuna and Reagan's last year.
And you still accept it.
That's not the joke.
What's the joke?
Oh yeah, he accepted the trade. Then some things happened, and then he didn't have the balls to go through with the trade again. But he's a scumbag.
That's your fault for not knowing math.
It was 3M.
You have 25 people on your roster, and at that time you had 26. How does that go through? It's like a physical. It's like it's like Korea.
You can just drop players when you get the players.
But that's on you.
Nope.
That's a story for a different day.
I'll never forget.
You and Casey kind of have that problem, apparently.
What?
It happened to me the year
Oh, that's right.
2 years ago.
Shocker. This is a great example of this is just the Lord testing me and Casey because we're good, honest men, and Thomas and James are absolute scumbags.
Top 2 last 2 years, baby.
Our trophies are in heaven, Casey.
I know. I'm with you.
My trophy's here and in heaven.
Well,
oh wait, we don't have one. That's right.
You don't have heaven.
Yelling?
Wow,
my ears hurt.
Sorry.
We've got Bose speakers sponsor us.
Anyways, all right. Well, that's top 15.
Love
If
it.
you disagree,
Like
leave
it.
it in
Love
the
it.
comments.
Don't
If you
care.
agree, leave it in the comments. Either way, we remember this is fantasy, and fantasy pros.
That's the only way James wins.
Yahoo, ESPN, all may disagree with us.
3 years in a row.
6'5",
But that's how we
450.
feel. So we'll see. But thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, follow us on all our socials, all the jazz. But with that being said, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.